Willkommen, guten Abend, and welcome to Celeritas. We're here for our Division 2 race tonight. We're ready, getting everything ready to go. My name's Webbo. I'm your commentator for tonight, and joined with our regular co-commentator Storm.
Hello everybody, welcome.
We're just collecting everybody together. So bear with us while you'll see the countdown start when we get going. Some driver changes to note. We'll walk you through those, but we have another Greek driver, Pat, joining us, yeah, it looks like we're going to have a full grid tonight, Storm.
Hopefully, I think so as well.
Excellent.
It's my home Grand Prix, also as well for us for Cohen.
Yes.
And S-Tube.
Yeah, plenty of our of Dutch drivers in our server, so they'll all be hoping for a strong showing at Zandvoort tonight. Storm, what are your expectations of the race? Are you thinking it's going to be similar to Spa in the way that the track kind of bites everybody, and it's tracked to be constantly on guard?
Yeah, at Spa we had an exciting first lap, and like after lap 1, 2, 3, quite some gaps formed. This is a much shorter track, so I think we are going to see a lot more battles, but it's hard to overtake on Zandvoort. So
yeah,
we have a look.
Is it only into Tarzan turn 1 that you're expecting to see moves?
Sorry?
Is it only into Tarzan and turn 1 there that you're expecting to see overtake moves?
Yeah, most likely. Because on the second DRS straight, yeah, it's a bit too short for an overtake. Maybe if someone gets a big snap of oversteer, it can open up some opportunities for someone who's behind him. Most of the overtakes will be done into turn 1.
Yeah. Well, we'll look forward to it, but we're probably expecting safety cars tonight.
Hopefully, we don't see any safety cars.
We've seen Jamie join. Jamie from Ireland, a debutant on Celeritas, along with Pat tonight. If I'm not pronouncing anyone's name correctly, I do hope everyone will let me know. I say that frequently. No one's corrected me, so I must be guessing perfectly every time, or they just can't be bothered. But anyway, welcome Jamie and Pat, and we look forward to seeing how you get on with all our drivers. Very controversial to see Pricey join us in Division 2 tonight as a guest driver. I hope he gives the rest of the field a chance, but it will be looking at AlphaTauri as to have a strong showing tonight, I expect.
Let's see.
Hopefully we'll be getting going soon. Hello to everyone on the chat. I see Price's joined us on the chat as well on YouTube. Welcome to Yadavion, to Branch, Alan, and Military Shadow. Good to see everybody joining us. Keep the banter going, and we'll hope to touch in with everybody. Our current championship standings at the moment see Dittel-Lick in the McLaren in first place. McLaren generally overall are in first place as well, so they'll be looking to have a good race. Bacon in second. Bacon probably our most consistent driver, and newly appointed admin of Division 2, and regularly guests on our exhibition and Division 1 races as well. It looks like we're getting started, Storm.
Yeah, excited. We have a full grid tonight, 20 drivers.
Fabulous.
That's great.
Yeah. It's going to be a crowded qualifying, I expect.
Yeah.
I hope Pricey decides to qualify on the hards for us all.
Maybe you'll do a last first
I
challenge.
think that's the
Who
challenge
knows?
I'm going to say to Pricey. Let's see what you qualify on the hards, mate.
Challenge.
I think it's only fair if he's not, so he doesn't get involved in the championship. Uh, and I'm hoping to see a good drive from Alan because so far he's had the only luck he's had is bad luck, and Norway have been particularly badly represented so far in both divisions, scoring 0 points and DNFing every time. So I'm hoping to see a good run from him.
Yeah. We have
Um,
Alan Gold saying still Division 1 drivers as reserves. Yeah, that's all up to Bacon now, Alan Gold. You have to get your story from him.
that's right. That's right. Blame Bacon. It's not Storm's fault this week.
And Branch is saying, Mr. Pricey, I heard the 4-stop is the quickest around here. You should use it. Yeah, it is actually. For the 4-stop.
Yep. Yep. Well, look forward to this. I think it's going to be a busy jam-packed session. Is it worth doing back-to-back lap, Storm, given that the short track nature and maybe get you out of traffic?
Yeah, it's back-to-back can be done, but Zandvoort is a bit hard on tire temperature. It's easily you can easily overheat the front left tire. So maybe if you do a second run in a row, you won't be as quick as your first lap.
Got it. Yeah. But potentially, if you do invalidate, it might be worth pushing for a second.
Yeah, definitely. There's Pricey out on the medium, so he is going for a lap on the medium tire.
I really think I'm not sure he'd be at the back if he started on inters. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
MC Gamer saying rain in the race. Oh,
no, that's
that should be
interesting. Yeah. What's the grip level like here? I know we often get a lot of sand on the track. I did a few practice races earlier in the week, and you could see tire tracks coming on if someone had gone off. But is it fairly grippy?
Yeah, Zandvoort. Yeah, for me it's hard to get good traction out of corners, especially out of turn 4. It's like the sharp left-hander. It's really you can easily lose the car over there if you go a bit too early on the shoulder.
Yeah. Just riding on board with Pricey on his first hot lap. He's got traffic. A lot of people came out of the pits a whole lap after him. So traffic and mediums will be a bit of an equaliser for the rest of the field, I hope.
I have a question for someone who's in the chat and in the race. Is the race going to be a full wet race, or do we see it drying up in the later laps? If someone can tell us, it would be nice.
Yeah, it's something we really miss from a spectator's point of view is the ability to know what the weather conditions as they happen. Yellow in sector 3. I think maybe that's just somebody getting out of Pricey's way. Let's have a look at the first benchmark time from Pricey. Pricey gets a 1:12.6. What kind of pole time are you expecting tonight, Storm?
I'm expecting maybe a low 1:09.
Wow,
I think
okay.
something around that time will be the pole time. We already have a 1:10.3 from Alan Gold.
That's right, yeah. I'm just looking at Jamie Enright, give him a bit of screen time on his debut. Jamie crosses the line in 5th right now, 1:11.0. Gets way out of the way for the car following behind. I don't know if Pricey's going for a second lap here or an in-lap. I think it's a second lap. He was 2 seconds under on sector 2.
Oh yeah, it is.
I know there's several big stops on the lap, especially under sort of trail braking. Where are your most dangerous corners?
Yeah, as I said, turn 4 is a difficult one. Also, the last...
Hugenholz turn 4?
I don't know what's called. It's my own track, but I don't know the names of the corners, so that's my bad. And the last corner is also... the corner entry is a bit tricky. To get a good exit as well.
I routinely mess up at the Hans Ernst corner, that last tight chicane. While we were chatting there, so Pricey on his second lap went 109.9, but MC Gamer, hopefully either he's had his dinner or he's arranged for dinner to be a little later. He's got provisional pole at the moment on a 109.5. So nice work from him.
I'm guessing Pricey isn't going for a last to first challenge.
No, more's the pity for everybody. Carrera fan, I think just getting prepared. He's not explicitly on an outlap, but yeah, invalidated there on the way into the start of his fast lap. So he's heading for the pits at the moment. Your teammate across divisions, Bacon. I've got on screen right now. Oh, MC Gamer on the chat. He says he has got dinner tonight again.
Oh no, not again, right?
Anyway, Bacon's managed to go purple in Sector 1.
Got dinner in 20 minutes. I'll try to get to the end. But the race is taking 45 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Let's hope his dinner estimate is too early and he manages to complete the race. I think he needs a liquid dinner. So Bacon crosses the line. Not a great time from Bacon, a 110.7, P9 right now. So I'm hoping that he's got a little bit more pace than that. Although we have seen with Bacon, not necessarily the top qualifier in the league. Zonic is pointing at right angles to the track at the moment, so obviously managed to bin it on a hot lap. And our cowboy Branch Manch, he crosses the line 109.3. It said on my screen, but I guess that was no good because it didn't update the tower. Maybe he's just starting his hot lap now and he'd been validated previously. I'll try and find a driver that you can give us a track guide with, Storm, shortly.
Okay, let's do that. Let's see. We have Lightning coming in for his hot lap. He's on his outlap right now, so we can stay with him.
He's got good pace, hasn't he? Yeah, Branch managed to, unfortunately, he invalidated. So let's go on board with Lightning and talk us around the lap.
Lightning getting a good exit out of turn 1. Quite some traffic front. Hard brakings are locking up the front left tire. Avoiding the traffic. Full throttle. 7th gear. Hard corner. Easy to invalidate over there.
It looked like he got sideways.
Ooh, he did invalidate.
Yeah.
A bit too much from the inside.
Definitely. I think it went wrong, didn't it? As he went sideways through the fast section of that super long corner. This is the one I always get wrong. spilling gravel all over the corner every time. MC Gamer from Liakos and Little Lick, your current top 3. Sweaty rejoins the league. I think he had some time off last week in the Mercedes. Check in with him. He's a little bit over on sector 2, but not far away, only 2/10. Got a car in front of him who generously gets out the way. Pricey's gone out on softs, Storm.
Oh
He's
shit.
not taking
Oh
he's not
shit.
taking our challenge at all.
There's no
So
mercy. No
no,
mercy for the Division 2 drivers.
well, what do you expect? An elite driver, either on esports or in real life, never takes their foot off the pedal, do they?
Bryce is saying in the chat, it's wet to dry. So it will be interesting.
Yeah, it will be.
Strategies.
Just looking at Porchy rounding the last few corners here. Let's see where his time gets him to the pits. So that's no good. Okay. Try and find the right person. Pricey goes pole. 109.3. No mercy.
We have Waitzy in the chat. Not looking forward to this tomorrow night, struggling for overall downforce and grip. Maybe he has to make a few adjustments to his setup.
It's a high downforce track, isn't it, Storm?
Yeah. You don't need a lot of straight line speed.
Let's have a look at Liakos. He's just getting the car warmed up. Liakos, is he guest driving tonight, Storm?
No, he is a full-time driver of Division 2.
I think I may have been confused because maybe he was driving as a guest in Division 1 last week. It's getting confusing when people change division.
Yeah, that's possible. Wait, let's have a look. Yeah, he only participated at Sochi. He didn't start at Brazil and Belgium. But this is his second Division 2 race.
Okay. Great. Looks like Davidek's helping out on the Discord chat as well. Let's check in on board with Liakos, DRS wide open as he heads into Tarzan, gets the car turned around. Let's see where he comes into sector 1 here. I could listen to that Ferrari engine all day, Storm.
Yeah, it sounds very good.
Just drops it down into 6th through that section. Does he take 5th? No, he's going to ride it out in 6th. Down here. A lot of braking into 3rd. He's got Porchy ahead. I think Porchy's going to get out of the way in a moment. Very nice. Liakos just over his sector 2 time. So I don't anticipate an improvement here. As we cross the line. Stay with him. Another driver favouring car number 13. I think Rafa was driving 13 last week, so he's going to head into the pits. Not happy with that one.
Bryce is saying in the chat, I will not take any points away from people and will retire on the last lap.
I don't think his AlphaTauri teammate's going to be pleased with that idea. I think he needs to at least let his AlphaTauri mate get past.
Let's see.
Just riding with MC Gamer at the moment. And see what he's got in response. He only needs 2/10 to challenge Pricey. Yeah.
C855 Max didn't set a lap time yet.
It's 4 minutes to go. So, time to get your last preparations ready. MC Gamer slightly over his time at the moment. Better get some screen time for him because you never know.
He backed off, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just time to head back, make some adjustments. Obviously not happy with the latest setup he got on the car there. What about Branch? He's gone purple in Sector 1. Reference to himself, at least. So he's got some places to make up. I know he's got good speed.
He's on 5-lap old softs. I don't know why that is doing that, because the race he's starting on the wets, so it doesn't make sense.
He still managed to get a better time and come in P4.
Yeah, that's impressive.
5-lap old softs, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's on 7-lap old softs now.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess to hell with the starting tyre if you know you're going to be starting on wets. If the car's feeling good and you've got pace, then why not? Certainly an unconventional strategy, but it worked for Branch to head up a few places there. Just looking at Zandvoort here. Guess driving the Mercedes tonight. Lost Lightning, but that's not uncommon. Sometimes we lose Lightning. I think he's not necessarily got the best internet connection.
I'll send him an invite. Zandvoort is a full-time Division 2 driver, by the way. He's new as well.
Of course, yes, a new but permanent.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. He crosses the line to get P6, 109.6. So Zandvoort, nice debut turn there. I know that if anyone's watching the chat and considering joining the Discord, there is a qualification process. You can check it out on Discord, and we will find a member of the team to get some trial races and some time trial times to make sure that you're predominantly. It's more important that you're clean than you're fast. Is that fair, Storm, or do you just look for both?
No, that's right. The pace, it doesn't really matter, because we are building a 3rd division right now. So like the fast people are going in Division 1, the slightly slower people are going into Division 2, and the 3rd division will be a mixed division with everybody can join Division 3, and after Season 1 we will have more equal divisions. So the faster people from Division 2 will be promoted into Division 1, and the same for the slower people from Division 1 will be demoted into Division 2, and we will divide the drivers from Division 3. It will be 3 equal divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you feeling at the moment about how many will go up and down from Divisions 2, 3 or more?
Yeah, maybe 2, 3. It also depends on the availability of the drivers, because there are drivers who are driving in Division 1 just because they can't make it on Friday, so that's also an issue.
I'm watching with Liakos on his final attempt, I think. We're down to the final minute of quali, so if you're going to make a lap count, you're going to need to do it now. Liakos was close on his first sector. I didn't catch his second sector, but he did have MC Gamer retire ahead of him. Liakos coming up to the line. No improvement for him, unfortunately. Price is out, but not very far into his lap right now. We've got Dittle and MC Gamer have both decided they've given everything they can. Cohen's invalidated. Let's look at Alan Gold, currently P12. Where is this going to set him? Crosses the line. A slight improvement, but not enough to get ahead of Lightning. So Alan will start no higher than 12th. Carrera Fan is doing a 3-point turn in the middle of the track. Let's look at Fabio. He's slightly over his time at the moment. He's heading into the pits. What about Bacon? I feel he's probably got pace, got a higher position to grab. Yeah, he gets a lot higher into P10. So Bacon gets 109.8 and will start P10 or higher. Most everybody else seems to have bailed out at the moment, Storm. I think everyone's coming in.
I think this is our grid. This is.
Right, so we'll see Pricey, MC Gamer and Military Shadow at the top of the grid, and as soon as we get the grid in front of us, hopefully Storm can take us through the order.
Yeah, I will. Team Sonic Gamer has disqualified. I totally missed that. No idea what happened there. We will hear from him soon. He's saying, Jamie in the chat, I'm racing so bad, haven't played the Netherlands in ages, last place. Yeah, there's no problem at all.
No problem.
You got invited last minute, you are a reserve driver, so don't worry about that.
As Storm was saying earlier, it's more important that you get track time and you get used to the league, don't get in anybody's way, and show your credentials that way.
We have in first place Pricey, MC Gamer second, Military Shadow in third, Branchman fourth, followed by Liakos, Portudude, Sozon Path, the new driver, S-Tube in 8th, Dittolick in 9th, Impossible Bacon in 10th, Cohen 11, Lightning 12 on a medium tire, Alan Gold 13, Carrera Fan 14, Fabio in 15, Bruno in 16, Max 17, Sweaty in 18, Jamie Wright 19, and to finish it off, Sonic Gamer in 20.
I did see MC Gamer pull off to the side, but yeah, we have officially lost him before the start of the race. He said he has left, so there shouldn't be an AI in his place. He said he's going to make sure he lets the chef know next week that he has a prior appointment. Here's the rain in Zandvoort. Because we haven't seen an F1 race in Zandvoort for many years. There was due to be one in real life last year, of course, and we didn't get to it. We may this year, but we haven't seen it in the dry or the wet. But yeah, I anticipate an exciting race on those bank turns in the wet. There's no telling where the water's going to puddle, Storm.
Yeah, I have no idea. We are going to see.
We're going to see what Codemasters think might happen to the water buttons. Yeah.
It's often raining in the Netherlands.
Oh, is it? Maybe it's directly geolocated to the prevailing weather.
Yeah, that would be nice. We have Sonic Game in the chat saying, I spun turn 1, and as I reversed, it said I reversed in the pit lane. Oh, that's unfortunate for him.
Mm. Branch saying he left the pits too late to get going. So yeah, we'll see Sonic Gamer starting from the back. We have a Ferrari not moving on the grid. And I don't think that's Lightning, so I don't think that's MC Gamer, so yeah. Liakos has been DSQ'd from the session, Storm.
Oh, that means that he will start on freezing cold tires.
Everybody get out of the way of the Ferrari on lap 1.
Yeah.
Everybody very cautious on this opening lap, this formation lap, because it really is treacherous out there, but it's a good opportunity to see where you might find grip.
We have almost 20 people with us. Everybody welcome to the stream. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like.
Ever the promoter, Storm. I'm surprised by Max starting P17. That's a big surprise for me.
Yeah, he did quite well in the past few races.
Max racing under the Indian flag. I noticed we had a new Italian join us, but I'm just looking at Fabio, our previously sole Italian. So we are getting around the world. There's a lot of different nationalities taking part in Celeritas.
Yeah, that's great. I like it.
Yeah. Generally speaking, it's word of mouth and friends inviting friends, it seems, at the moment.
Yeah.
If anybody sees specific tags that are important that we should put on our live stream or our YouTube channel, let us know. We'll try and add them. But your starting grid will be Pricey from MC Gamer, who I don't think has made the grid. Military Shadow, Branch, Liakos will start, I believe, and Porchy in 6th. So we will hopefully get a clean start away from the grid. But I'll stick at the front, Storm, if you don't mind sticking somewhere near the middle or the back, and we'll try and catch what goes on.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Excellent. Just everybody's ready. We've got the lights coming on. 5 lights. It's lights out and go, go, go at Celeritas. Great start from the pole with Pricey. He's got terrific grip there. Getting out of the turn. We've got some cars going wide into Tarzan. Unfortunately, we've lost some cars jumping around there. Running wide. Just trying to stay with the action. But people are being incredibly cautious into that sweeping bank turn. I'm following with Cohen at the moment, who's lost plenty of pace as we go here. Trying to stay with the action here. The Pricey is way far and away leading this. And behind him, Military Shadow. Branch has got up to 3rd place, so a great start from him. So far, so good in terms of any form of safety car, Storm.
Yeah, it's good. Liakos dropped down lots of places. I think that's because of his cold tires. A few people got damaged. I saw a few end plates flying in the air. I think CH55 Max got damaged. Yes, he got damaged, so we'll see what he's going to do.
A bad qualifying turns to a worse race for Max at the moment. Hopefully he can have a bit of a charge through the field. Just looking here at Porchy. It looks like Porchy and Branch made contact with some weaving on the straight. Branch has spun right near the pit entry. He's been DSQ'd from the session for blocking the pit lane, which I anticipate was a complete accident based on where they had their contact. And we have a safety car.
Oh, yeah? I think the safety car comes out because of Branch blocking the pit lane, but it wasn't his intention at all.
No, and it looks like the safety car came out right around the middle of the grid, around Bacon's Red Bull area. Safety car pulling out of the way. I know in the early months of the game, if the safety car pulled over and you overtook it, there was a massive glitch that happened, but it looks like that's been sorted fairly well. We'll just wait for the order to shake out. It's lap 3. We've got safety car conditions, and yeah, just be patient with that grid at the moment because it's difficult to follow. We're registering here with Dittlelick having gained 6 places at the start. Carrera 8. Jamie, he was disappointed with his quali, but he's managed to get up to P8 right from P19 on the grid.
Yeah, he's with us in the chat right now. 19th to 8. Let's go. Yeah, great job from him. Definitely fantastic. Well, maybe he's our new Rainmaster. Dittle warming the tyres, but he won't get them warm going on the grass and breaking one of the braking marker boards. He toured around there with a little bit of polystyrene on the car. So, Storm, you know all about warming the tyres. It's difficult though to warm the tyres under the rain conditions. Yeah, it's very difficult. You can easily lose the car, and it's quite embarrassing if you spin out under the safety car.
Yeah.
It happened to Davidek in the Division 1 race.
I wasn't going to be so unkind to Dawidak as to mention him by name, Storm, but
I am. He doesn't want to talk about it, so
No.
I'll do it. I'm going to do it for him.
it was pretty tragic, the problem he had last week. Yeah, Branch said he lost control on the last corner. It looked like it was blocking the car behind, but obviously from his perspective he lost it ahead of the car behind, and it's disqualified him for blocking the pit lane. Shocking situation there for him. He had a great start. So sorry to see Branch disappear on us. Hopefully next race will be better for you. Safety car has gathered all the cars together. Do make sure, if anyone's listening on the chat of our drivers, please make sure you leave enough of a gap. We see glitches and problems repeatedly with accidents under the safety car.
There's no penalties yet, so it's all good right now. Safety cars.
As you say that. As you say that.
Sonic gave a collision with Sweaty. With safety car for another lap.
It looks like it, yeah. Yeah. We've seen some massive changes in the grid order. MC Gamer has dropped down 10 places. Did you see some in Storm?
Sweaty lost it.
No way.
Sweaty dropped down from P13 to 17. Under the safety car, so...
Yeah. It looked like the Ferrari just went past him at a rate of knots. Was that Liakos? Or is that Branch's AI?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Yeah, there was Liakos. He completely missed his braking point, I guess. Don't exactly know what happened there, but he's in last now. Does he have damage? Fabio is letting him pass, but... the game doesn't allow him to.
Yeah.
Because the Liakos went off track and you are allowed to overtake someone under the safety car when he is with 4 wheels off the track.
Okay.
So Fabio wants to let Liakos pass. That's very kind of him, but the game doesn't let him.
Well, I don't know if Fabio is listening on stream, but yeah, it's certainly confusing because, you know, if you didn't see that someone's wheels went off the track, you would naturally decide to let them go past. But I guess you need to follow the cues that the game gives you. You know, if the game tells you you've made an illegal overtake, then give it back. If not, stick with it, right, Storm?
Yeah, true. Yeah, in the rules of our league, there's safety car coming in this lap. But in the rules in our league, when you get an undeserved illegal overtake, you can just keep going and we'll remove the penalty after.
Yeah.
Unless the penalty will be served in the pits, and I think that is the case with a 5-second penalty. There's loads of 5-second penalties coming in now. Astute collision with Bruno.
Well, I'm watching with Dittle Lick on the restart. Last week on a restart, Pricey waited till the last possible second before gunning the throttle. He's certainly stacking the field at the moment.
We have Jamie in the chat asking how many did I gain. You started P19, I think, and you're now in P8, so you're dropping on the field already.
Pricey still hasn't gone. He's on the main straight here. Military Shadow, and there he goes. There he goes. Waited for Military Shadow to just take his foot off the throttle, and we're restart racing at Zandvoort. Dittlelick has a good run on the Alpha ahead. Dittlelick trying to sneak up the inside. There's a little touch, but a touch between friends there. They're side by side. It's very, very tight. This is a narrow, old-school circuit. The Williams of Porchy tries to sneak up the inside of Dittle, and I think he's going to make that move stick. Contact, and Dittle spun into the barrier with damage. Dittle struggling to regain control of the car. Dirty tyres, complete lack of front-end grip, and a yellow flag follows naturally. Dittle's really struggling to keep this car on track after that contact.
I have no idea. It was quite chaotic at the back at the safety restart.
Yeah.
I think Jamie got an illegal overtake or something because he waited very long with getting back to the pace. I have no idea what happened there, but you'll see it in the Discord straight after.
Yeah. Remember, if you feel a penalty is unjust, you can of course report it, and we can have it removed in the post-race steward inquiries. But right now, Cohen's just hit the wall, getting onto the main straight. That danger corner you were talking about, Storm, and he's lost a place to Carrera. Can't see if he's got any damage. There's a lot of spray around. I think he's avoided it, but it was an almighty crunch as he hit the wall.
Yeah, he doesn't have damage, so it's good for him.
Yeah. Jamie is staying out of trouble very, very well. So clearly one of our race pace specialists, or maybe our new Rainmaster. He's doing a great job here. He's right up behind Bruno. Currently a really good showing for Red Bull. your team, Storm. Looks like.
Yeah, good to see. Yeah, there are quite a few 5-second penalties, but they will be served in the pits. So even if they are undeserved, they unfortunately can be removed.
Jamie just weaving around, trying to find a way past Bruno. It's clear to me that Jamie's got better pace in the wet here right now. His tyres are working for him, and he's just trying to find a good, safe time to get past Bruno. But Bruno's driving his own race and has every right to hold him up at this point. Pricey pops in a fastest lap as we see Jamie just dip straight underneath Bruno with much better grip. Jamie's got an amazing pace right now, Storm.
And Bruno's going straight into the pits. It's interesting
right.
that Jamie's doing well.
Yeah, up to P7 from, let's remember, Jamie started P19, so a good debut so far for him.
As well for Zonne Gamer. He started P20 and he's in P8 now.
It definitely.
So Jamie and Zonne Gamer started from the back.
Brilliant stuff. So up near the front we've got Bacon and Porchy pretty close to Military Shadow ahead of them. The less said about Price's gap, the better at this stage in the race. I think only two laps after the safety car, and Pricey's got a nearly 4.5 second gap. We just seem to lose Lightning there. He's officially DNF'd, Storm. He's not just disconnected for a few minutes.
Well, it says he retired, but I don't know what's happening.
No.
I think the AI pulled him over. Well, let's drive with Pricey. Oh, wait, the Codemaster's already removed his car. Don't know what happened there, but we'll hear from him soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll find out what's gone on. Up at the right near the front in P3 and P2, Porchy is desperately close to Military Shadow. He's right in Military Shadow's spray, so he's trying to step out. I think more for visibility than for tyre cooling at this stage, but we'll keep an eye on the conditions as long as we can. Sometimes it really sneaks up on you as the track starts to dry from a commentary perspective. Little Lick puts in a fastest lap time. He's right down in P17 at the moment, so a terrible start for him. But there's plenty of time to make up places, and getting that pit stop timing just right is absolutely crucial in these types of conditions. We are expecting the race to dry up at some indeterminate point through the race.
It doesn't seem like to dry up very soon.
No.
Still very dark.
So Porchy's dropped back ever so slightly in the middle of the track here from Military Shadow, but Bacon has caught him. Bacon completely swung over to the inside of the track under traction, but managed to rescue it. So great save there. I'm just going to have a look down. P13 with Liakos and Sweaty. Liakos is pretty close here, trying to find a way past. I hate seeing drivers on the white lines in the rainstorm. It makes me very nervous.
Yeah, tricky.
Here comes Liakos though. He didn't quite have the pace to try and attempt an overtake at the start there, but he's very patient and trying to make the right time move. Dittlelick has spun around in P17. Just watched him doing donuts right in the face of MC Gamer's Ghost. I think MC Gamer's Ghost right now is certainly going a lot slower than Dittle. So the McLaren's currently running in 17 and 18. So a really bad day for these guys who were heading up the championship.
Yeah, they were pretty high up.
I think that happened under an attack. Dittel was only 1/10 away from the car in front when he spun around, so possibly mistiming a move. It was quite close to the start of the lap.
The McLaren is in second place in the Constructors' Championship, only a few points behind Racing Point.
Yeah.
And Racing Point seem to do well.
Yeah, Max has been Mr. Consistent, so Racing Point have really benefited from that. Here comes Liakos down the main straight, trying to make a move into Tarzan. Gets the move done without DRS, sticks it on braking, little wiggle on the way out, but it looks like he had the pace over Sweaty, and I expect Liakos to drive away. He definitely seemed to have a lot more grip at this stage in the race than Sweaty today. Meanwhile, Ashtube in P14, hoping to make progress against Sweaty ahead. Looks like Sweaty was clearly kind of compromised. Ashtube takes the inside, but Sweaty switches across his nose. Go. Pricey right now, Storm, has got an 8-second lead from Military Shadow.
8 seconds already. In around, what is it, 6 laps or something after the safety car. We have a Racing Point that spun. It's Cohen. Cohen lost it. Going into the pits now. Changes front wing.
Shocking news. But Ashtube manages to get past the Mercedes of Sweaty ahead, leaving Mercedes paired together now with 14th and 15th. So Ashtube takes to the grass. There must be zero grip on that final corner at the moment, Storm.
Yeah, very difficult.
Cohen goes back on the inters, so no advantage to him. Just running over that white line on pit exit and rejoins right behind those Mercedes we've been talking about. Certainly tight in this part of the field. Max is getting quite close to Zonic for fighting for P7, and from the helicopter camera it looks like the rain is falling horizontally. Not too many umbrellas in Zandvoort in the crowd. I guess they're a hardy bunch, the Dutch fans.
They aren't prepared, which is weird because it's Holland. It's always raining. Just like Britain.
Yeah. Absolutely true. Jamie is currently in the Renault. He's up to P6. He's got a 5-second penalty, but he's managed to close on one of our regular drivers, Carrera Fan. And with him at the moment, he's just taken a trip into the gravel on the way out. Tarzan potentially missed a little bit of a grip there, following so closely behind Carrera. But Jamie is having an absolute stormer of a race right now.
He was telling us that he was racing so bad in the qualifying. Well, this is the proof that the race is much more important.
Absolutely, yeah. Points are definitely only for the race. So Jamie really living that out at the moment. Do you feel like the rain's easing slightly, Storm, or is it just exactly the same as it has been?
It looks like it. It looks there is a quite dry line forming on the track. So yeah, definitely the rain is stopping. It will take a few laps for the track to completely dry out for the slicks.
Yeah, and definitely wise to take a wide line around those bank turns because the water, in theory, should be collecting at the apex. Bacon at the moment in P4, having a great race. But really, Jamie and Zonic have just kind of followed each other all the way through the field, staying out of trouble. Max has had a great number of positions gained here. But yeah, I'd love to check in with Dittel Lick at the end of the race and see what happens with him, because a real fall from grace from him. At the front, Pricey on lap 13. Pricey is 9 seconds ahead of Military Shadow. Pricey's in a different league. Literally and figuratively on the day-to-day. Porchy in third with Bacon in fourth. Just going to join Porchy because he's closing in on Military Shadow right now. We'll see what happens with the strategy. Dittle has gone. That's a shame. I don't know if we can get him on the audio before he disappears, Storm. I think it looked like he perhaps just retired on track, just outside the final corner.
Yeah, I think
he didn't lose it again.
I see.
Yeah, we've got a VSC. Wow, terrible luck from Dittle tonight. The McLarens are proving really troublesome in the rain. I wonder if they've worked together on their setup. I think at the moment MC Gamer might be touring with his AI Ghost. I'll just check in with him while we look at... yeah, it does look like he's ghosting, so unfortunately he didn't manage to retire from the server early enough, but as we all know, when dinner calls, MC Gamer goes for food over results in the championship.
We have a few guys that pitted under the purple safety car for the Inters.
Yeah.
Interesting to see.
If you've got wear, I guess you've got wear, and there's nothing that can really be done about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, shame, because you really want to be using these Inters until they're ready to switch to dries. But I definitely saw on the pit stop prediction section just at the start of the race, suggesting some people might go on Inters the whole race, so maybe we won't see dry conditions until much closer to the end.
Yeah, maybe it is a good call.
Lap 15 at the moment. I remember the lesson Ayrton Senna delivered from Donington 1993, the European Grand Prix, was to always be on the right tyre at the right time. It doesn't matter how many stops you make, as long as you're on the right tyre, you can still get a great result. Porchy, riding with Porchy at the moment. He's just weaving around, staying out of the dirty air, and and calling those Inters. Would you be expecting at this stage in the race, Storm, those Inters to be pretty high in temperature? I don't think we're getting as much falling rain.
Yeah, now when the track is drying up, the temperature will be a lot higher. So maybe we're going to see some drivers pulling out of the dry part of the track just to cool the tires.
Yeah, spray's decreased as well. I can see these three, this battle, which should Pricey decide to retire or back out of the points, this could be the battle for the lead, is incredibly close. We've got Military Shadow 4/10 back Porchy, 5/10 back Bacon, and here they go down the main straight, all line astern, ready to battle. I think we might see a challenge here. Right in the mix of everything, we've got Dittlelix or MC Gamer's Ghost, I think, getting right in the way of everybody, but the order remains the same. And as you were saying at the start, Storm, the overtaking is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it is, and that's frustrating, because if you are getting held up by someone and you know your pace is a lot higher than the car in front, and you simply cannot pass him, yeah, that's frustrating, and it's hard to keep your head straight.
Yeah, I think better to turn the car down, stay with the driver and try and make an undercut work, or try and make a difference in strategy, and save your pace for the end of the race. This track, just like we saw last week, this track is biting drivers who don't show the respect on the curbs. Bacon's really close to Porchy at the moment, and Porchy has dropped back from Military Shadow. I was calling for a good result from Alan Gold from Norway, and he's currently running in P6. So let's hope he can convert that into a good race. Carrera fan, Jamie, Zonic, and Cohen are the drivers who have pitted. I think maybe Max has pitted as well really early on for fresh inters. But yeah. So we're just dealing with spray at the moment. At what point does Pricey decide to go in the pits? He's got... Okay, I've been ignoring this, but he's got an 11.5 second lead at the moment. So well, I think there's going to be some complaints to the admin, Bacon. Please direct all complaints for reserve drivers to Bacon at the end of the race, because because Pricey is walking away with this one on pace. It's an exhibition race for him at the moment, but other drivers may take heart from the fact that Price did bin it on his outlap in Spa last week, so it's not a foregone conclusion at this stage. Pricey pushed really hard on his outlap, and unfortunately Eau Rouge was there to welcome him into the barriers. Drivers staying out at the moment, no one electing to pit. Would you be tempted to do the opposite of the driver in front over the next lap, Storm?
Yeah, it's hard to tell because the track is still a bit too wet for the slicks. And yeah, it's also very hard when your teammate is right in front of you, because of course you don't want to double stack in the pits.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a gamble.
Porchy and Bacon with pit stops to pay for, with penalties to pay for in the pit stops, I should say. Everybody else is clear at the moment. I'm watching the front here to see who decides to pit, but we have got some fairly close battles. We'll just check in with P9, Jamie and Carrera Fan. These guys are close. He's got his teammate ahead of Carrera Fan, so maybe Fabio will do him a favour and hold up the Haas in between them. I imagine everybody's focus is just on the driest piece of track in front of them at any given point, though. Right now, everybody's eyes are peeled and they're reminding themselves to blink because it's incredibly hard to stay on the dry. And the gap's just opening up a little bit at this point. Cohen's quite close up behind Liakos. I don't see anybody pitting at the moment, but your order right now: Pricey from Military Shadow, Porchy, Bacon, Max, Alan Gold, Fabio, Carrera, Jamie and Zonic are your top 10.
We haven't seen any track limit penalties yet. Oh, watch me say it, as Liakos and Military Shadow both getting a penalty for track limit. It's like the second time in a row. I'm not saying that one again.
Apparently Dittle lost the wheel, so he said he didn't retire on track. So yeah, I thought that was uncharacteristic of him. So apologies to Dittle for the accusation. I just saw a McLaren stopped on the middle of the track. So yeah, obviously lost a wheel. That last corner is really difficult to navigate in the wet, it seems. Yeah, so it's going to change the shape of the championship considerably. We're on lap 20 already. Can't quite believe it. It's still too wet to pit for our front runners. Just waiting for the next car to make a mistake, unfortunately. Down in P9, and Jamie and Carrera Fan are still at it. Jamie very close up behind Carrera Fan now. Takes to the inside of the final corner. Carrera is going to try and catch a toe on the way into Tarzan, but Jamie positions the car very nicely, manages to get the car stopped pretty well on the wet line of the track, and it looks like Jamie is going to make that move stick and be heading up towards his teammate ahead. Really impressive, great race from Jamie, who must have been fearing the worst when he looked at his qualifying pace.
He's on the freshest tires right now, he's on 5-lap tires.
Brilliant.
With his teammate in front of him. and 17 lap old tires.
Yeah. I don't know if Fabio and Jamie, I'm assuming they won't have managed to link up yet on chat or the audio party, but yeah, hopefully they'll at least recognise the colour scheme. It's not difficult with the Renault, even in the spray. Our other debutant, Sozan Pat, running P12. He's quite tied up behind Ashtube at the moment. It looks like Pricey has pitted, Storm, and Pricey's been the first one to guess and jump at the mediums. Let's have a look at how he's doing for grip.
Yeah, and Military Shadow, Porgy and Bacon decided to continue.
It looks like Pricey's having to be pretty careful here. I wonder if Pricey decided to gamble and just have a little bit of fun given his gap. Just riding with him. See where he's got pace, where he's not. The track is definitely close to dry tyres. He's trying very, very hard to keep this car pointing in the right direction. Very little spray coming off. So it looks like Pricey's getting these mediums up to temperature. What do you think, Storm, for the longevity of the tyres? The mediums will see him to the end from here out?
Yeah, definitely. The mediums are a good call right now. The softs maybe can work with 14 laps. I think that's too much for the soft.
Pricey is throwing the car around on the start-finish straight to try and get some temperature. I think he's struggling. Yeah, it's gone wide into Tarzan. The only other car that's done the same move is Max. Max finding himself battling with traffic, I see, down the field. Liakos looking to head past him. Looks like the top three continued on. They decided it's still not dry enough for them.
Yeah, we have quite a few different strategies right now. Sozan Pat in the pits, but Ashtube decided to go for another lap.
Interesting. Liakos trying to take Max under braking with the enhanced grip he's got on the corners, but Max drove away from him under traction. Max taking the wet line around the bank corner of turn 4, and yeah, that didn't do him any favours. So he's really still searching for grip. It's a struggle, but it looks like that temperature's starting to head up. I anticipate we're going to suddenly see a train in the pits. Yeah, Military Shadow, Porchy, Bacon, everybody pitting right now, all at the same time. I'm sure Pricey will head on straight past these guys. Looks like mediums. Softs for Military Shadow and Porchy. Are they going to last 13 laps still?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know
Yeah?
a lot about the strategy, but Military Shadow overtook Pricey with the overcut.
Interesting. Pricey obviously struggling to get those tyres ready. So, yeah, he had a slow first lap on those dry tyres. Still feels like he's feeling around the grip. Maybe these soft runners think that the enhanced grip they give you on that first couple of laps will really help them to acclimatise to the wet-dry conditions. But Military Shadow showing good pace. I mean, he clearly made up, what, like 15 seconds on Pricey with that pit interchange. VSC has been enacted, so we're losing a driver from somewhere.
DRS has been enabled.
Wow, okay. So I didn't catch the incident. Possibly Liakos. He's dropping down a little bit. Maybe he was instructed to hand the place back from Sozan Pat. These guys need to work together to a certain extent, our Greek drivers. And we lose Max, so it must have been Max that caused the VSC.
But Max is still on track. Maybe he just got disconnected. I will invite him back.
Yeah, it's his AI driving at the moment, but the AI is slow, so the longer you spend out of a session, the worse your day is going to get. sadly for him. Alan Gold, he's still on the inters. He pitted a lap ago and put inters on, so he wasn't happy. It was time for dry tyres. The majority of the field, though, now, Storm, on dry tyres, and Ash, it looks like, is about to switch as well.
I think it was a mistake from Alan Gold. That's also a possibility.
I suppose he may have seen his teammate pitting on the same lap.
Because he's pitting right now.
Yeah.
And he's now going for the slick, so I think it was a mistake.
It's a shame. Medium tyres should see these cars go to the end. I'm really interested to see whether the soft tyres will get the cars to the end, or whether it's actually Pricey and Bacon who will be in a better position. Rob on the chat is cheering on Military Shadow. I wonder if they're teammates across divisions.
I don't think so. Let's have a look. I thought Rob was in the McLaren.
Well, I don't know if Rob27X is Rob Berger on the chat. It's difficult when people have got different usernames.
Yeah,
he is. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, Rob is in
Obviously,
McLaren,
just good mates. And not mates like you and Dawidek, who like to see each other suffer.
You know, Dawidek, if you're listening, you know what happened last week in Spa.
Yeah, yeah. Although Dawidek has obviously done something to anger Codemasters after his wheel disappeared on him with that really gentle contact.
He reported Codemasters.
Yeah, I think they got a season ban, right?
Yeah, I think the soft tire can make it to the end.
Okay.
It's just Jamie retired.
It looks like we've lost Jamie. Jamie was running P5 and had a terrific race. I hope he's on the stream. I hope that didn't compromise his connection speed. I've just seen his car ghosting, pointing at a strange angle to the rest of the track. I wonder if he lost it.
Yeah, he lost it.
Oh,
He's saying
what a
in the chat,
shame.
no shit, he lost it.
Oh, well, Jamie, send us your recording of your last moments. We'd love to see what happened. But yeah, a real shame, but a really, really strong drive from him. A tremendous progress he made up the field, and definitely someone that we look forward to seeing more of in races to come. What a shame. Okay, well, just looking at Sozumpat, he's coming up behind Carrera Fan. Sozumpat has a tyre advantage at the moment with the soft tyres, so gets great drive out of the last corner, and with DRS makes a move happen. He did have to wait till the braking zone. The main start-finish straight is not as long as we've seen in other tracks, so it's all good. Price is closed by a second to Military Shadow. So yeah, I hope they don't tangle up with each other.
Yeah, we have Jamie in the chat saying I was just getting cocky, man. Saying I have no warning, was pushing to catch Bacon, and then he lost it.
It's a shame because he was doing so well at that stage. Just looking down at our other Greek driver, Liakos, looking to make the same move stick on Carrera Fan. Carrera Fan may not be booking a holiday to Greece this year after his treatment here, but we'll talk to him. He's usually keen to have a chat, so maybe we'll get a moment with him at the end of the race. It looks like those medium tyres not working at the moment, but they will come into their own later on when these soft tyre cars will possibly either drop off the cliff or have to pit again. A lot of weaving happening on the main straight. I'm not sure that's strictly within the rules, but he lives to fight another lap with the Ferrari behind him. Gaps have opened up quite a lot at the moment, this stage of the race. It's lap 27, so we've got 10 complete. Check in with people's progress. Max running really highly at the moment, 12 places higher than he started. We did see a lot of place gained by Zonic, but I'm not sure whether his strategy is working right now.
Yeah, the soft tires can definitely make it to the end. That would I wanted to say that earlier.
Yeah.
But managing the tire temperatures is hard. So at the end of the race, the mediums will definitely have the advantage over the soft tires.
Yeah. Okay. Gaps have really opened up here. I'm going to look down at our Alpha battle, Alpha Romeo against Alpha Tauri, P13 and 12. Alan Gold down to 13th after that possible error, putting new inters on as the track was drying. He's getting really close up behind the soft tyre shod. Zonic ahead of him. Everybody on very similar age tyres at the moment. Of course, Pricey, remember, Pricey was our first driver to attempt going on those dry tyres, having a little bit of fun with the rest of the field, I fear. But we did also just lose Sweaty from the race. I'm not sure what happened with him. He's yeah.
I saw exactly. I was driving with him, and he just smashed it straight into the wall on purpose. So he will definitely be penalized for that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know where that's good for, but
yeah. Just a reminder that part of our league rules are to retire in the pits if you need to retire, or and not to have a rage quit because of exactly what's just happened. Storm, it looks like we've got a safety car given that impact level. That's rough. So we're back down to safety car conditions. This will help those soft tyre runners. Every lap less that the soft tyre runners have to run under full racing speed is an advantage for them. Alan Gold, 5-second penalty speeding in the pit lane. Why is he pitted right now? He's gone on the softs to try and get a cheap pit stop under safety car. Unfortunately, it's cost him 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's no problem for him. He was already in 12th place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has the big tire advantage right now over Sonic and Bruno. So I think this is planned to get into the points with the fresh soft tires.
Yeah, yeah. Good catch. I don't think our grid is correct at the moment because it's saying that Military Shadow has a 15+ second gap. So I think we're just waiting for the grid to catch up. Agreed on the chat with Waitsy. This has affected everybody's race, particularly Military Shadow, who was maintaining a 2 to 3 second gap over Pricey, certainly his main rival for the race. I think what's worrying me, Storm, is that Pricey intends to retire or hold up to not cost anybody championship points at the death. But if he pushes Military Shadow into an accident, we may end up with a different situation happening.
Yeah, good point.
We're under safety car conditions. It's lap 30. We've got 6 complete laps to run. We're looking forward to a sprint to the end, and I think these soft tyres are going to be good to go. Again, the grid looks to be wrong. The tower here, Storm, with 2nd, 3rd and 4th on 0 lap old softs.
Oh yeah,
unless they did just pit, yeah. So it looks like 2nd, 3rd and 4th place drivers pitted and have put softs on for this sprint to the end. This is going to not help Military Shadow.
No, he's in trouble.
Yeah. So if you had to choose between being at the front with older tyres or chasing with younger tyres, Storm, what would be your pick?
Definitely the position where Pricey and Portia are in. Definitely. Right. There's no way Military Shadow is holding on to that first position with 7 lap older soft tires with a track where tire temperatures and tire wear is really high.
Yeah.
It will be very tough for Military Shadow to hold on onto the P1.
Fabio is still making those medium tires work. He's trying to run the mediums to the end. I think he's going to struggle after the safety car to get them up to temperature and fight the cars around him. I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference in grip for him between 7-lap-old mediums and 1-lap-old softs right to the end of the race. It's going to be tricky.
It's going to be quite interesting what's going to happen.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing what the safety car is going to do. Slightly out of my view.
Alan Gold is behind the safety car, but he has been left by Military Shadow. And he cannot unlap himself.
Okay.
So he's in trouble as well.
Yeah, and we just saw a problem come up on screen for a contact-based penalty. We're still under safety car conditions for another lap, it looks like, but it looks like we had some contact under the safety car and another penalty given out. I think I saw Max's name involved, but I don't know which. Maybe it was Ash, because Ash has pitted again. Is he putting the softs on, or is he retiring?
He's putting for softs.
Okay. Yeah, so out he comes. We'll keep an eye on the penalty situation as well, but I don't anticipate after this safety car that we will see any further pit stops. I think people will probably live with the tyres they're on right to the end now. Current order is Military Shadow from Pricey, but Military Shadow does have 3 second penalties to pay at the end of the race. Porchy, Bacon and Sozenpat, followed by Fabio, Max, Liakos, Carrera and Bruno. Good showing so far for Red Bull, Storm. I'm sure you're keeping an eye on your teammates.
Yeah, they're both inside the points right now. So they are doing well.
And Waitsy liking the look of Porchy here. We know Porchy's got good pace in general, but of course it looks like the safety car's coming in. So let's keep an eye on what the drivers are doing. We're struggling just navigating ghost drivers at the moment, and it's up to Military Shadow, but he will have that buffer of Alan Gold in the way of him and Pricey. What happens coming through penultimate corner, heading onto the bank corner? Military Shadow still weaving around. He hasn't gone yet. He's weaving. Is he going to be able to go? He does go right now, and Alan Gold pulls across to the side, so fair sporting behaviour from him as Pricey tries to go past. It looks like a lot of battling down the field. A Renault going around the outside. Looks like contact between Carrera Fan and Max into Tarzan. People are desperate to make a move here, Storm, but you've got to worry that you're going to breed another safety car.
Bacon is getting a 35-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. I haven't seen that one before.
I think what happened was Alan Gold got out of the way, potentially caused the yellow, and in so doing, Bacon gained a penalty. So I think he'd been within his rights there to appeal that in the incident reports. Looks like action on track here with Carrera Fan and Max side by side. There's not a lot of room on the track, but it looks like, as Carrera Fan mounts the curb, tries to switch back. Contact, a little bit of ghosting going on. So the cars are kind of overlapping each other. It's difficult to follow. Liakos and Carrera Fan get past Max on the last corner. Liakos coming up here to take place ahead of him. It looks like Liakos got the better of those three on the way through turn one. So good result for him. But yeah, difficult situation to read on track as Liakos heads up to try and tackle Fabio, who, as we mentioned, is going to be on colder mediums at the moment. Pricey has taken Military Shadow on track, so yeah, looks like Military Shadow just struggling with those older softs, but we do know that the pace Pricey's got, it's very difficult to resist that kind of pace difference. Military Shadow will do well to stay tucked in behind Pricey and try and learn his lines and see where he's gaining the time on everybody.
40 placing in Military Shadow.
Just looking down as we head up on the start-finish straight in P10 and P9. Ashtube getting his nose ahead of Max, but Max is fighting back. They're together under braking. It looks like one of the cars is glitching slightly. It's not the first time we've seen that from Max. Max spins sideways into the barrier. I don't know how you maintain control when your car is ghosting in and out and jerking across the track relative to everybody else, but Max has disappeared down the order. 8 seconds of penalties and left the session. Maybe he had terminal damage, Storm. That was difficult interplay. Must be really hard when your car is lagging.
Yeah, he didn't get terminal damage, but I think this is just a rage quit. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
When something like this happens, when you're 35 laps into the race, and something like this happens.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that battle ended sourly for both parties. I think Ash lost a little bit of time as well. But right up at the front, it's Pricey as he starts his final lap for Military Shadow. Porchy, Bacon, Sozenpat. Bacon having another really strong showing for Red Bull. But of course Pricey, as we've mentioned many times, he's in a different division, and his times certainly bear witness to that today. Pricey's walking away with it. I don't know if he will try and get fastest lap at the end, but we'll see. We'll see here what Pricey decides to do at the end. But right now we've got Porchy and Military Shadow battling for the podium. That's one of the closest battles on track. Military Shadow currently racing with 3 seconds of penalties, so whatever happens, I think he will lose a place to Porchy at the end of the race. Coming right up to the end here, the question mark is over what will Pricey do, because Pricey will take the win on merit, I'm sure. Just looking ahead of these two cars as we approach the start-finish line. I think Pricey may have taken the win. He's retired from the session on the last lap, giving the win to Porchy. Military Shadow does get second place, sorry. Bacon rounding the last corner. Bacon will come in to take third. And we've got everybody suddenly quit, so I couldn't read out the order in time. Perhaps Storm, you could take us through the order at the end, but sometimes quite confusing race. But yeah, that was a drama right to the end.
With Zonne Gamer as the driver of the day, coming from P20 into the points. Amazing drive. It
was. He did a great job, and it's such a shame that we lost Jamie. So Porchy, not for the first time in Division 2, takes the win, lifts the trophy aloft for Williams, and it's champagne.
Let's have a look at the grid order right now. With Porchy in first place, followed by Military Shadow in second. Impossible Bacon in third place and the Red Bull. Sozonpat fourth, followed by his fellow Greek driver Liakos. Fabio in sixth, S-Tube in seventh, his home Grand Prix. Zonne Gamer in eighth. Bruno in ninth. Carrera Fan in 10th place. Pricey finished P11 after retiring. He did get the fastest lap. CH55 Max 12, Alan Gold 13, MC Gamer 14, Sweaty in 15, Jamie 16, but they all DNF'd. We have Cohen, Ditterlick, Lightning and Branchmatch also DNF'd.
Wow, what a dramatic race. Yeah, we saw clearly the we clearly saw Pricey. I mean, obviously, if if everyone was following the chat on Discord, Pricey was going to retire. I thought he was just going to stop and let the leaders pass, but he retired right at the end. But yeah, a few people confused on the chat, so apologies for that. It might be good if we didn't have confusing drama right at the very end of a race for the sake of the stream. But a great race from the drivers there. I think really a consistently strong performance from Bacon, staying out of trouble and coming in third place. We lost championship leader Dittle Lick very early on. But yeah, a really interesting race. Pricey saying on the chat that he's learned some lessons about setup and he will make some adjustments for tomorrow. Yeah, so maybe that's bad news for everybody to give Pricey this much practice. At least he didn't have too many dry laps to gather information. But Storm, what are your thoughts about the race?
Yeah, it was a great ride. Very interesting. Starting on the wets, on the intermediates, and in the middle of the race switching to the dries. Quite a few different strategies, and it was a good one. It was more exciting than last week on Spa.
Yes, I certainly sensed your frustration with Dawidek about the gaps that opened up in Spa, but we saw a similar number of incidents, more to do with battles I think today than just driver error. But yeah, these old school tracks, these narrow old school gravel line tracks, they really do not help our drivers to deliver consistent times. We get a fair few incidents as a result of that. And we'd love to chat to some of our drivers. We'll obviously give preference to the podium spots, and I don't know, I don't imagine we managed to get hold of Dittle Lick, Storm, but do you think we're going to get hold of someone?
I'm inviting the 3 podium drivers right now. I'll invite Portsea,
Brilliant.
Military Shadow and Bacon, and let's see who will join us.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, let us know on the chat if you've got any questions for for us as on the commentary team or for the drivers that might join us. It was certainly an entertaining race, another strong showing. I think particularly for Bacon, this seems to be he's got some really strong pace across division. Looks like Porchy's on the way to join us, so that'll be good to talk to him. Porchy, when you're with us, say hello. Make sure your audio settings on party are set to share, and we'll hopefully get hold of you.
All right, hello.
Hey, Porchy. A good win there. Were you expecting the win, or were you expecting to come in second?
I was just hoping to, after my DNF in Russia and my 4th place in Spain, or 5th place, or whatever it was, I was just hoping to just be consistent throughout the season and hopefully score a podium, and I didn't think a win would happen. But
yep.
Stuff happens.
Definitely, yeah. Was it a dramatic race from your seat?
Yeah, it was just all about managing how I enter the corners, because what had happened was I loaded. I thought the race would be fully wet, but I loaded a wet setup, and I had to change a bunch of stuff because of that last safety car, because it was either stay out or pit for new softs. But then I realized I was way too slow in the straights, so I had to change, make massive change to the front wing and pit for fresh softs at the end.
It's always difficult to make changes like that on the fly, especially on a track like Zandvoort, which doesn't give you a lot of respite. Where were your most challenging sectors of the track in the wet today?
Probably sector 2, because that was the fastest sector on the track during the race.
Wow. Okay. Any incidents from your perspective? Have you had a lot of practice wet at Zandvoort?
No, I've never ran anything in the wet at Zandvoort before.
Yeah, it's certainly looked like an interesting challenge. A bit of an equaliser, do you think, or do you think it was an expected result in terms of pace?
I think it was an expected result in terms of pace because I'm much more consistent when it comes to race pace rather
Yeah,
than qualifying pace. Because qualifying doesn't matter as much the race because qualifying doesn't award points, the race does. So that's what I look forward to the most of the time.
very true. Very true. Yeah, it was certainly fun to watch. We were all expecting, given Price's chat on the YouTube, we were expecting him to do something like wait around on the last lap or not interfere with the championship directly. But I presume it was a bit of a surprise to you to cross the line and get first place.
Yeah, it was because I was just thinking in my mind I'll just get second place and just move on to the next race, and then sure enough, I'm the winner at Zandvoort.
Well, it hasn't done your finishing average any harm at all. So yeah, good to race. Good to watch you racing. Any questions from you, Storm, at all?
No, not really.
Awesome. Well, yeah,
No?
good to talk to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you again the next race. How are you feeling about the challenge of the next race coming up?
Hopefully I can perform the same way here and take the victory because I know I can do well whenever it comes to performing in the race, especially late in the race.
Yeah. Would you consider Montreal closer to home, or are you closer to Kota?
I'm closer to Kota.
Ah, okay, cool. We've got Branch Manch is our resident Texan, so I'm sure he'll be calling that his home race as well. Well, yeah, look forward to talking to you again soon, and great race. Congratulations on the win. Thanks, Porchy.
Thank you.
Yeah, Porchy's certainly got some really strong pace. Storm, I think he's going to be a great rival for Bacon as the season progresses.
Yeah, definitely. He had a great drive, had some good pace, and he will go up in the standings with a lot of points. He was in fourth, only he was 10 seconds behind Max, and 10 points behind Max and 13 points behind Bacon.
Yeah.
So he gained some good points.
Yeah. Really good, and I say his average finishing position is very strong because I know he missed a race. Are we expecting another driver to join us?
I think Bacon already joined.
Hi.
Oh, hey Bacon! I saw you flash your notification flashed off and then back on again in the party. But yeah, good to talk to you. How was your race today?
I could have won. I could have. Then illegal overtakes, which I'm protesting.
What got in the way for you? You felt like you were passed illegally? Was it under safety car or VSC?
Well, coming out of the last corner, because the VSC was, or the safety car was coming in, and there was a lapped car ahead of me, I couldn't overtake until green flags.
Yeah.
And whoever was leading went pretty late the second time. And I guess I just oversped on the McLaren and got the illegal overtake, tried to hand it back, he didn't want it back, so I just kept going.
If it was the McLaren that was in the way, I think that was a Ghost, which was causing some problems. But yeah,
Yep.
certainly Military Shadow did leave it very late to press the throttle on the second restart there. But, you know, a great result for you all the same. I know your qualifying wasn't spectacular, but to get up on the podium again must be reassuring that your race pace is right on it.
I feel like I have better race pace than most people around here, because most people don't like Sector 2, and that's probably my best sector.
Cool. Yeah.
So,
yeah. How was it? How was the experience being admin and driving? Was it more stressful tonight?
It wasn't that stressful. Only stressful part was getting everyone in the lobby. But then
Yes.
after that it was pretty simple.
Well, good stuff. We obviously really appreciate your stepping into that role. It's great to have you on that. Did you witness any big incidents on track or anything to note?
I mean, a couple spinners. I think if there was a... What happened? It was on the first safety car, on the restart, whoever was leading also waited quite late again, but I got some fake contact 5-second penalty with Porchi, and it carried over to him as well. So
Yeah.
that didn't help both of us.
Will it be worth a report on the incident reports, do you think?
Probably not, because we already served it, so there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah. Oh, well, how are you feeling about your... Sorry, go ahead, Storm.
Yeah, I have another question for you, Bacon. I saw you getting in one of the last laps. You got a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. What happened there?
The lapped car?
Yeah.
I saw on my screen that you got a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. So it was in sector 1, right after turn 1.
I don't remember seeing a yellow flag there.
I think what
I
happened
got it
was
from
we had a glitching car happening, a glitching battle going on. I think with Max and Ashtube at the time, which caused the yellow. And then at that exact moment, you were passing a ghost, and it seemed to obviously have some sort of glitch where it penalised you for passing a ghost under a yellow you'd already passed. It was very, very strange. I certainly don't blame you for missing the yellow flag. It was a flash and gone kind of situation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watching it back now, but
yeah, it was tough. How are you feeling about Montreal next week?
I'm expecting a lot of people to get penalties.
Track limits is tricky, isn't it?
Especially on strict. It's very finicky.
Yeah, we've got to have something. If we give everybody all the assists, we've got to have something to keep them on track. Yeah. Well, no, good stuff. Any sort of any notable problems tonight? Anything that you think you might have done differently, strategy-wise?
No, not really. Maybe a little bit more fuel in the car because I had to save fuel for the last couple laps.
Oh, that again. Yeah. It's frustrating, but yeah, good race. Great to see you on the podium tonight, Bacon.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Great. Well, yeah, good to talk to Bacon. I wonder if anybody else wants to have a chat at the end. Set the record straight. Tell us the result they should have got. Anything like that.
yeah. Only 3 people still watching.
I see. We had Dittle. Not impressed with his situation. Should we say? I'll say that politely. He's not impressed with his race result. Yeah, don't blame him. That was pretty rough. What about you, Storm? I suppose you can't really take any form of strategy learnings forward for tomorrow because the weather will probably be different.
Hopefully we have a full dry race tomorrow. But yeah, rain can make it interesting as well, as we have seen today.
Yeah, I'd love to see a wet quali. I think a wet quali would be a great thing to watch.
Be great. Everybody on fresh tires at the start of the race. Yeah, I'm going to get some practice in for tomorrow. And
that's your Saturday booked out, is it?
And hopefully I can. I'm not giving away my tire strategy this week.
Good.
Like I did at Spa. It was Spa, I think. Yeah, Spa and Sochi. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how everything shakes out at the end. Anybody else desperate to chat tonight, Storm, on the party?
No, I think we're good. No.
Great.
Only 3 people watching, and we got a few of the podium runners. So.
Yeah, that was good. It was good to talk to them. If you do manage to score a podium on Celeritas, do try and stick around for us. It'd be great to hear from you. As I've said before, We do only tend to talk to one happy driver at the end of a race, but it's good to hear how people's races went nonetheless. A good race at Zandvoort. We're looking forward to tomorrow. The same track, but completely different drivers. I don't know what's happening. Carrera fan says he's still around. So good to hear from him, and good to see him on the chat. I anticipate any Division 1 drivers will be watching Pricey's on board back to see how they can improve. I don't know if Pricey got everything out of his quali laps or not, but hopefully we'll see a similarly spectacular race tomorrow. I'm sure, though, Storm, you're hoping for something a little bit calmer.
Yeah, hopefully. Last week the Division 2 race was less chaotic than the Division 1 race. Maybe this week we'll turn it around.
Yeah, we had 2 safety cars today, so let's see if Division 1 can improve on that. It wasn't a good day for Dutch drivers today either on their home race, but there'll be a few more tackling the sandy dunes of Zandvoort tomorrow. Failing any last connections on the party, Storm, I'll say goodbye to the stream in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. Okay. I know for me, certainly I've got a queue on the PlayStation because my son wants to play Fortnite, sadly. So we'll let him get going, and we'll say good night to everybody. Good race. Thank you for joining us on the chat. Thanks for all the engagement. Share the channel with your friends. When I get the highlights released, it would be good to get those shared out as well. But all the same, tell your friends, share, like, and subscribe to the channel if you can. And we will look forward to tomorrow night and see how the Division 1 Championship progresses. Pricey and Prime, and let's see if anyone can topple Prime's perfect record so far tomorrow night. All being well, we will catch you on the next race day. Good night, everybody.
See you later. Good night.